Have you ever noticed that as we age, our bodies sometimes send us quiet signals that something isn't quite right? It might be a feeling deep within, a subtle sense of fatigue that seems to linger longer than it used to, or moments when your appetite shifts unexpectedly. Today, I want to share with you a conversation about some of the signs that can appear in the final year of life. I know this might sound heavy at first, but the intention here isn't to alarm you. It's to help us understand our bodies better, so we can take action where needed and make choices that improve our quality of life. Imagine waking up one morning and feeling a bit more tired than usual, as if your energy is slowly being drained away by forces you can't quite see. Over time, you may notice that tasks which used to be easy now require more effort, and even simple activities leave you feeling worn out. This change in energy might be subtle at first, a bit of extra rest needed in the morning, a slower pace when walking the dog or doing household chores. Yet, as the days pass, this loss of stamina becomes more pronounced, whispering to us that our bodies are struggling in ways they once did not. It's not just about feeling a bit tired after a long day. It can be a significant drop in overall energy levels that hints at deeper issues. When we begin to experience this kind of persistent fatigue, it could be one of those silent signals our body sends out, a kind of warning that something is off balance. Then there's the matter of appetite and the way our body processes food. For many of us, meals are a source of joy, a time to gather with friends, share stories, and nourish ourselves. But have you ever observed that, over time, you might not feel the same hunger that you once did? It might start with a little loss of interest in your favorite foods, or perhaps your body seems to react differently to meals that used to be comforting. Some people notice that they lose weight without trying, even if they're eating the same or even less than usual. These changes aren't just about the numbers on a scale. They reflect a deeper shift in how our bodies are functioning. A reduced appetite can lead to a gradual decline in the nutrients we need to keep our bodies strong and resilient. When food no longer brings the same satisfaction or energy, it could be an important sign that our system is slowing down. And it may be wise to consult with a trusted healthcare professional to discuss what these changes might mean for our overall health. Beyond the physical, our emotional landscape can also shift subtly in the months leading up to significant health changes. Many of us cherish the connections we have, whether with family, friends, or our community. Yet you might find yourself withdrawing, not because you don't care about those around you, but because a sense of isolation or sadness creeps in, often without a clear reason. It's as if the vibrant colors of life gradually fade into softer, more muted tones. This isn't merely a phase of feeling blue or having a quiet moment. It can be an ongoing state that slowly isolates us from the warmth and laughter we once enjoyed. When we notice that our interest in social activities is diminishing, the conversations feel more like obligations rather than opportunities to connect. It might be more than just a mood swing. It can be a sign that our emotional energy is waning, and our minds are preparing for a transition that feels both inevitable and heartbreaking. It's important to remember that these signals, declining energy, changes in appetite, and emotional withdrawal, don't always mean that the end is near. They are simply parts of the complex tapestry of aging. In many cases, they can be managed with the right kind of care, support, and sometimes a little adjustment in our daily routines. The beauty of life, even in our later years, lies in our ability to adapt, to find new ways of enjoying our passions, and to seek help when needed. When we start noticing these changes, it gives us a precious opportunity, the chance to listen carefully to our bodies and to take meaningful steps towards a more comfortable and fulfilling life. It might mean having a heartfelt discussion with a doctor or loved one, exploring gentle exercise routines, or even rethinking our diet to include foods that provide not just nourishment, but also joy. I understand that talking about these topics can stir up emotions, perhaps even a bit of fear. It's natural to worry when our bodies aren't acting the way we expect. But consider this conversation a gentle reminder to pay attention to the whispers of our bodies. There is strength in acknowledging these signs early. When we do, we can work with our loved ones and healthcare providers to tailor our lifestyles in a way that respects our needs and cherishes our well-being. We all deserve to feel vibrant, even when our bodies are trying to tell us something is changing. Now, as we settle into this discussion, I invite you to reflect on your own experiences. Perhaps you've noticed that you need more time to recover after a busy day. Or maybe meals just don't bring the same spark of delight as they once did. These feelings, as hard as they may be to confront, are also opportunities, chances to adjust, to make small changes that might make a big difference. Whether it's experimenting with a new kind of light exercise to boost your energy, or rediscovering a hobby that once made you smile, there are ways to weave renewed vitality into your daily routine. In this conversation, we've begun to explore how subtle shifts in energy, appetite, and social engagement can be early indicators of more significant changes in our health. These signs are not just markers of decline, they are invitations to take better care of ourselves, to ask for help when needed, and to embrace the journey of aging with open eyes and an open heart. I want you to know that you are not alone in this, and that understanding these signals is the first step in taking control of your well-being. As we continue this journey together, keep in mind that every experience, every change, is part of the rich story of your life. And while some of these signals may seem daunting, they also remind us of the importance of cherishing each moment, of valuing the small joys that make every day worthwhile. Thank you for taking the time to listen, for caring about your health, and for being part of this community where every story matters. Now let's continue our conversation as we gently move forward into further signs and what they might mean for us. As we continue our conversation about the subtle signals our bodies send, it's important to look at how our physical strength and mobility sometimes tell a deeper story about our overall health. Imagine the everyday movements you've always taken for granted. Getting up from a favorite chair, taking a short stroll outside, or even bending down to tie a shoelace. Over time, you might notice that these actions become more challenging, that you move a bit slower, or that your muscles feel weaker. This isn't merely about aging in the abstract. It's a tangible shift in how our bodies function. When you begin to sense that your physical strength is noticeably declining, when even simple tasks require more effort than they once did, it may be more than just a normal part of getting older. This change can sometimes signal that your body is working harder than usual to maintain balance and stability. And it may be a gentle warning that it's time to focus on preserving and improving your mobility. Perhaps you've experienced days when rising from bed feels like an uphill battle, or when your legs seem to tire almost immediately during a leisurely walk. These moments can feel frustrating, even disheartening, especially when you've always prided yourself on your independence and ability to move freely. It's natural to wonder if these changes are simply the result of a long life filled with many adventures, or if they could indicate something more significant. While it's true that some loss of muscle tone and mobility is expected as we age, a pronounced or rapid decline can be a sign that your body is facing additional challenges. Whether it's a result of underlying conditions or a signal that your body is shifting its priorities, acknowledging these changes gives you the power to address them head-on. One practical approach is to incorporate gentle exercises into your routine, activities that are designed to build strength without causing strain. Even simple stretching, balance exercises, or a slow-paced walk can help maintain muscle strength and keep you moving with ease. It might also be time to consider a conversation with a trusted physical therapist or healthcare provider who can offer guidance tailored to your specific needs. By taking these steps, you not only support your body, but also reaffirm your commitment to maintaining the independence you cherish. In this way, addressing a decline in physical strength is not about fearing the inevitable, but rather about empowering yourself to take positive action. Alongside changes in mobility, another sign that often emerges subtly is a recurring pattern of minor illnesses, or a slower recovery from ailments that, in the past, might have passed quickly. Many of us remember days when a cold was just a brief inconvenience, something we'd shake off with a bit of rest and perhaps a cup of tea. However, as we age, our immune systems can weaken, and what once was a fleeting episode of discomfort may now linger longer than we'd expect. You might notice that even minor infections take longer to resolve, or that you find yourself catching colds more frequently than before. It's as if your body is struggling to bounce back as robustly as it used to. This pattern is more than a mere annoyance. It can be an important signal. When your body finds it increasingly difficult to recover from common illnesses, it could indicate that the immune system is under stress, or that your body is devoting its energy to other pressing concerns. This isn't something to be alarmed by immediately, but rather a gentle nudge to pay closer attention to your overall health. It might be the perfect moment to ensure you're keeping up with vaccinations, eating a nutrient-rich diet that supports immune function, and perhaps most importantly, consulting with your healthcare provider to understand what might be happening beneath the surface. It's important to remember that these signs, both the physical slowdown and the pattern of prolonged recoveries, are not definitive predictions of what lies ahead. They are instead signals that invite us to listen more closely to our bodies, to honor the changes we experience, and to adjust our lifestyles in ways that can help us feel more vibrant and secure in our daily lives. Recognizing that our bodies may need a little extra care is not a defeat. It's a reminder that self-care becomes even more essential as we age. It's an opportunity to reassess our routines, to seek out gentle, effective exercises, and to ensure that our diets are supporting our health in the best possible way. As you consider these reflections, you might also think about the many moments when you've taken your strength or immunity for granted. Perhaps you've pushed through a cold without much thought, or you've kept up with daily activities despite feeling a bit off. Now, as you tune into these signs more deliberately, you have the chance to give yourself permission to slow down, to ask for help when needed, and to enjoy life at a pace that honors your well-being. There is a remarkable strength in acknowledging that our bodies have limits, and even more strength in taking proactive steps to support our health. In our everyday routines, we often focus on what we can still do rather than what we might be losing. And while it's natural to be concerned about these changes, the focus here is on empowerment, on understanding that by noticing these signs, you're in a better position to make informed decisions about your health. Whether it means incorporating a few extra minutes of exercise into your day, adjusting your diet to include more immune-supporting foods, or simply taking the time to rest when your body asks for it, these small changes can have a profound impact on your overall quality of life. It's also worth considering that these signs are not isolated incidents, but part of a larger narrative about the human experience. Each signal, whether it's the gradual loss of physical strength or the body's slower recovery from illnesses, is a chapter in the story of your life. A story filled with resilience, adaptation, and wisdom gained over the years. By listening closely to your body and responding with care, you honor that story and ensure that the coming chapters are as healthy and fulfilling as possible. I invite you now to reflect on these insights about physical strength and the body's ability to recover from illness. Think about the moments when you felt that extra tiredness, or when a minor cold seemed to linger a bit longer than usual. In these experiences, there is wisdom, an invitation to slow down, nurture yourself, and perhaps even explore new ways of taking care of your body. By doing so, you're not just addressing a sign of change. You're embracing a proactive approach to living life with the same vibrancy and passion that has always defined you. Let these observations serve as a reminder that while our bodies do change with time, our spirit and our ability to care for ourselves remain as vital as ever. As we wind down our conversation today, I want to leave you with a gentle reminder that every change in our bodies, even the ones that might seem worrisome at first, is also a call for self-care and a chance to embrace a more attentive, loving approach to our health. It's natural to feel a bit unsettled when you start noticing that your energy isn't what it used to be, that meals no longer spark the same joy, or that simple movements require extra effort. These shifts, whether they appear as moments of fatigue that linger longer than they once did, subtle changes in appetite, or a gradual withdrawal from the social connections you've always cherished, can feel like the soft murmurs of a body that needs a little extra kindness and attention. When we begin to experience these signals, whether it's the quiet fatigue that makes the morning rise a little more challenging, or the slight loss of appetite that changes the way we experience our favorite foods, they remind us that our bodies are telling a story. This story isn't one of defeat, but of resilience, adaptation, and an invitation to listen deeply. It's a story that encourages us to take a pause, to reflect, and to consider small, meaningful changes that can make a significant impact. Imagine, for instance, rediscovering the joy of a morning walk at a gentle pace, or taking the time to savor a healthy meal that not only nourishes your body, but also uplifts your spirit. These are not just routine adjustments. They are acts of self-love and respect that acknowledge your worth and your desire to live vibrantly. Perhaps one of the most profound messages to take away is that these signs, declining physical strength, slower recovery from everyday illnesses, and even the emotional quiet that sometimes settles in, are not final verdicts. They are simply gentle hints that our body is urging us to change something, to seek balance in a way that honors both our limitations and our potential. It might be the perfect moment to have a thoughtful conversation with your doctor or a trusted healthcare provider, someone who can offer guidance tailored specifically to your needs. After all, proactive care is not about fearing what might come next. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge and action. By taking these steps, you not only nurture your physical well-being, but also affirm your independence and resilience. There's a certain beauty in recognizing these signals as opportunities rather than omens. When you notice that tasks you once took for granted are becoming a bit more challenging, it's a reminder to slow down and honor your body's need for rest and gentle exercise. Even incorporating a few minutes of stretching or a leisurely stroll into your daily routine can make a world of difference. And when your appetite shifts or your body seems to crave a different kind of nourishment, it might be time to explore new, wholesome foods that not only delight your palate, but also provide the essential nutrients you need to keep thriving. This approach isn't about radically changing your life overnight. It's about embracing the small, incremental adjustments that, over time, weave a tapestry of improved well-being. I also want to touch on the emotional side of things. Feeling a bit more withdrawn or noticing that the vibrant energy of your social interactions seems to dim isn't a sign of failure. It's a natural response to the many transitions life brings, and it opens up a space for introspection and renewal. In these moments, reaching out to a friend, rekindling an old hobby, or even simply spending quiet time with a cherished memory can restore that inner spark. It's about finding balance, acknowledging your feelings without letting them define your entire experience. Sometimes sharing these thoughts with someone who understands can lighten the load and offer a fresh perspective on the path ahead. It's essential to understand that every phase of life has its own rhythm. The changes you're experiencing are part of a larger narrative, a story that spans decades of experiences, joys, challenges, and triumphs. Rather than viewing these signs as a countdown to an inevitable end, consider them as markers along a journey that is still rich with potential. They invite you to be present, to make deliberate choices, and to celebrate the wisdom that comes with years of living fully. And in doing so, you honor not just your physical self, but the emotional and mental well-being that is so deeply intertwined with every aspect of your life. Before we close, I want to encourage you to take a moment to reflect on your own experiences. Think about the ways in which you've seen your body communicate with you, sometimes in whispers and other times more boldly, and consider the steps you can take to nurture yourself. Whether it's adjusting your daily routine, trying out new activities that bring you joy, or simply allowing yourself the grace to rest when needed, remember that every small act of care is a step toward a healthier, more fulfilling life. I truly believe that by listening to these signs, you're giving yourself the gift of awareness, a powerful tool that can help you navigate the challenges of aging with courage and compassion. It's not about being afraid of what these signals might mean. It's about being proactive and kind to yourself. Your journey is unique, and every step you take toward understanding your body's needs is a testament to your resilience and your unwavering commitment to living life on your own terms. Thank you for spending this time with me today, for opening your heart to these insights, and for embracing the idea that self-care is a lifelong practice. I invite you to share your thoughts, your experiences, or even a simple word of encouragement in the comments below. Your story matters, and together we can create a community where every step, every change, and every moment of care is celebrated. Remember, even in the face of challenging signals, there is always room for hope, growth, and positive change. You deserve to feel vibrant, strong, and loved at every stage of your life. And every small change you make contributes to that beautiful journey. Take heart, be gentle with yourself, and know that you have the power to shape your own well-being in meaningful ways. Here's to living your best life, cherishing every moment, and continuing to thrive with grace